Okay, here's a quick start guide of how to set up a class. So you click My Classes and then add a new class and create a new class. And you're going to put in some really descriptive name. And I like to leave it as the classic class because that means you can track students' progress. So once you hit create, you want to be able to invite students. So we'll click on that button here. You can either copy this code here, or you can copy this link, or you can even click the mail button that was the last option there. Now we want to actually put in some content. So to do that, we're going to click My Content on the side here, and there's a few ways you can add content. I'm going to make a folder just to put my content in because I like to be organized. So here's a nice demo folder, and we've created that folder. So once in that folder, let's actually create something. You can create a video, upload. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and create a video. You can click on YouTube or another site here, and in that search box, you can paste in a YouTube video like URL, or you can just search from within Edpuzzle. We're going to click on this, very fetching pie video here. You could go straight ahead and assign this, or you can edit it a little bit. Now, when I was doing this, it got a little bit glitchy, but you can actually cut down this video and just get the students to watch a particular portion or cut out irrelevant stuff. So I'm going to add some cuts here, remove some from the end, or remove some from the middle, just randomly, but you'd obviously do it with a bit of thought. So there we go, cutting it down. And that means your students won't see the portions that you have gotten rid of there. You can do an entire voiceover replacement on the video. You can't just do it for a portion though. So here are some options we can do for questions. You click on a portion of the video that you'd like to put a question in, and you can type the question in there. And I like to put a little bit of feedback in. So for an open-ended question, you actually have to manually correct that yourself. But like I'm saying here, if you give an answer to the students so that they have feedback before you've marked that question, look at that lovely typo, Grammarly saved me there. That means that they're not just waiting for you to mark it, they'll get some feedback afterwards. The multiple choice questions are super duper handy. They are automatically marked, and you'll see a little green tick and a red cross. You can put some options in there. Just one thing to note, if you have multiple green ticks, they need to select every one that has a tick for it to be marked correct. So here's an option that's incorrect, and we're going to use the feedback feature again, and perhaps, when they've selected this incorrect option, we can help them get this kind of question right in future. So we're just going to pop that in there. You can add more options, remembering if you added another correct answer, they would need to click both for it to be correct. And we're going to add some feedback again. You don't need to use the feedback, but I think it actually really, really helps my students at least, and we'll save that there. It can be a little bit fiddly, but you can reposition that question. What I actually prefer to do is to hit the play button and hit pause exactly where I'd like a question to be placed. We're putting in a note here. This can be useful for another explanation. You can have it written, or you can use the little microphone there to actually add in an audio note, which I really like. It's good as an alternative to the voiceover where you'd be voicing over the entire video. One thing I note here is I also sometimes like to add notes because it means the student can't just hit play and have this video just playing in the background. They have to hit continue here for the video to actually keep playing. So let's assign this to our students now by clicking Assign and selecting the class. I usually will set it to all students, but you can do it to individual students as well. Let's go ahead and put in a due date. And I always like to put a due date in. You can change the time too. Preventing skipping is super helpful. And another thing I nearly forgot is if the YouTube video has closed captions, you can also put that on. So normally if you had students, it would show up with the students and how they're progressing with the questions. And if you clicked out of this, you can also access that with My Classes and clicking on the video again. Just to show you what the gradebook looks like with a real class, we'll go ahead and click Gradebook. That's the option just there. And again, demo class has no students, so let's go to an actual class that I've got. And here you can see all of the videos that I've set. The bars underneath show the students' progression through the video, and the number inside of each box shows their score. So yeah, if you didn't want to use a YouTube video, you could go to My Content and do that very similarly. And when you actually click on Add Content, you could upload a video instead, and then it's pretty much the same process. You can also do the student projects. I haven't used this myself yet, but it looks pretty cool.